What's going on, traders, and welcome to my stream. Today we had a gigantic mover today, which is AMAM. And this stock was pretty important considering the fact that we had a lot of phase two movers. Anyways, so as I teach in my DVD course that you receive if you sign up to my website, is to not short phase two movers. Sorry. So phase two movers are pretty much the strongest stocks in the market. Phase two, phase three, and I have a lot of a bigger list that it's a very long list with index cards and everything like what to do and what not to do in the stock market because stock market trading is risky. So be careful out there. Anyway, but today we had an epic opportunity here, and I'd like to discuss how I looked at it and what has happened. Obviously, you see that it ran a lot higher than most everybody uh, thought. So a lot of people just are confused how to go long, how to go short, how to manage risk. We're gonna break that down in this video. So, first things first, I pretty much woke up this morning and put this on my pre-market email list for all my subscribers because I send an email out each morning. And this is a phase two, so never try to short day one. And this is kind of like what I was looking at. It was a great buy this morning. It gave plenty of dip buying opportunity around here somewhere. You had an uptrending wedge pattern formation. That would have been a pretty nice breakout right about there. About 79 cents this morning. If you sign up to my website, you can pretty much get my trade idea settings in which you can get the scanner that scans for these pre-market activity. If I were gonna pull up the pre-market scanner this morning, let's see if I can do that so you can see how we have a pre-market scanner here. So bear with me now so we can see if the stock was alerted in my pre-market scanner. Let's see, window capture. Let's see, window capture right about here. Pre-market scanner. There it is, pre-market. Pre-market, there we go. There it is. So that's the one. We're gonna go to historic to see where we're gonna go to is historic, right click history today. There we go. So you can see you can pretty much plug in my settings on the pre-market scanner. Let's see if you were having the pre-market scanner on this morning. Wow, I can't even see that far, but let me see if I can put the history. Time frame 0 now till this morning. Time this morning and AM. There we go. 07 AM. That's kind of it. Let's see. MRAN and RBO. That's not it. Anyway, so let's see. Time frame. I'm trying to get the right 9 a.m., 7 a.m. All right, let's bear with me. Boil. There we go. A.m. A.m. See that? See that? So this is AMMM. This is the pre-market scanner that I like to share with you guys. As you know, there's no upsell in my strat. It's my what is it called? Trade ideas. So there's a lot of subscribers out there. There's going to charge you like I don't know 500 to $1,000 to get the settings for the Trade Ideas scanner. As you know, I've been using Trade Ideas scanner for a long time. And you can see so here that my Trade Ideas scanner picked it up this morning at around, I don't know, as soon as pretty much it moved around 8:04, which was around over here, right about there, because that's when it became liquid. You have to look at them as they first become liquid because the minimum that I have in my scanner, I have a settings on here to not trade anything under like I don't know 50,000 shares. So that's kind of like what it looked like at 8 o'clock a.m. So the key is to get the scanner, put that on your radar, buy it, which was over here somewhere, and you can see so AM, AM, AM here, and pretty much just ride that thing to the moon. That's kind of would have been your ideal buy point this morning, but seems like today was not the day in which I woke up this early. I was not. We haven't really had any pre-market movers, but I mean that was just killer. That was just right about there, 55, and then went all the way to 78, and then it dipped. It formed an uptrending wedge pattern. It broke out 78 and then ran to a buck 28. So that is a killer breakout right there. Let me put that away. So now you're getting inside the open. Let me move the pre-market scanner out the way. There we go. So we can get you guys to see the chart here. So this is the chart in the pre-market. That's kind of like what I was looking at this morning. So let's break down the stock because a lot of people are having trouble. So on the left over here, by using my trade idea settings, let's see, by using my trade idea settings, we can see a lot of details here on the left side in which you have AM. Anyway, so you get to understand by subscribing to my website the difference between high institutionally owned, high insider owned, high short float owned, and the volume. So in this situation, the float was 36 million. The volume was, well, the volume this morning, I don't know what it is. The thing is about the insiders. The insiders were 40%, and the institutions were 60%. So now you can back test that with FinViz. So if I were gonna go to FinViz, you can see that AM. Let's see if that is the right shares float. So that is not even the exact float. So you can see so here that trade idea sometimes is lagging. That's the share outstanding. 36 million is the share outstanding. So technically, institutionally owned 50% and insiders. So that is inaccurate. So this is a 5 milli float, as we can see so here from Finviz. So it's always important to back test this with Finviz, um, because sometimes they just don't update the float. So we're gonna go with 5 million. Looks like window capture. The way to do it is to pretty much go over here, Chrome. There we go. So we're gonna go on finviz.com, type in MAAM, and we're gonna look at this is AMAM here. So technically, this is a 5 milli float. So you can see that the trade idea scanner sometimes is. Make sure you do always double check with Finviz because you just so this is a 5 milli float and institutionally owned 50%. So it's a much smaller float than 36 million. So I guess I was wrong. Good thing I was not expecting it to be 5 million. So always double check. So so Finviz is 5 million. So we're gonna go with 5 million. And so it's a 5 milli float. That I really thought it was like a 36 milli float. Anyways, so now we have to understand like what kind of market we've been in. We are in a market in which phase two works. Um, for multiple day runners. And a couple of ones that worked out at phase two. I think it was PH. A phase two stock that happened on Thursday was PHVS. So traders, PHVS was also a phase two trial. You can see so here that of you can see so here's PHVS. Oh, where is it? PHVS was also phase two trial. The ninth, the 8th. There we go. After Fed meeting. Oh my God, I'm just trying to. There we go. Treatment. Okay, there it is. So So the news on PHVS was phase two data rapid study of pH something. So their drug has positive phase two. So that was Thursday. So traders got excited when they saw AMAM because the last stock that has phase two news, you can see so here, MBRX Pharma shares higher after company announced phase two results from its breast cancer study. So you got a couple tickers, you got a couple of key things here going for it. First off, you got phase two, you got breast cancer, and then you have positive. So you have three things going for this. So now we're gonna get into the pre-market price action, which is probably the most interesting part here because technically by using my scanner, you could have gotten in the morning by using my Trade Ideas scanner, which you receive part of your membership. As you know, there's no upcharge for my subscription. Like there's no DVD cores, there's no extra DVD cores, there's no extra for a lot of people break down their subscriptions. They charge extra for courses. They charge extra for advanced courses. They charge for you getting the settings for the scanner. They charge for the live stream, the scanner. I mean, everything is together for 150 bucks, which is way lower than I've seen a lot of places. Anyway, so this would be the uptrend support area. You can see so here that we were seeing at the open. You have this low, and this low. So out of the gate, the stock pretty much just went straight up and went towards the pre-market highs of 125 and broke it, and then came back, and and then came back. Uh, I really didn't think that, but this would be your point of no return. Like if it breaks below 113, this would be a bearish chart. So that would be your potential long area, risking off 110. So as buyers and as traders, we either buy support or sell resistance. So in this situation, we had a lot of things going for this. We had phase two, low float, first green day, cancer news. Phase two is working. You have a crazy market, and you have a lot of squeezers that are happening lately. So this would have been your ideal support area. So we're now using the 1 minute chart. So you would technically risk buying the support, buying the support, and buying the support. This is your support area. You can see so that it broke multiple times. So this is what I'm looking at. And soon enough, buying it here like 115, risking of 110 would have been ideal. I really didn't think it was gonna hold that well, but you can see so how it bounces multiple times on the 1 minute chart and it holds 115. I mean the line holds to a penny. I mean, you can see so here that it never broke this line. Even here you have 114. And then we're going to move on. Here is attempting to break that 114. So it touches the line. And then we have a humongous squeeze from 115 to 135. So this is where things get interesting because the shorts are trapped. And we went straight into a cult because that's what, if I were a short seller, I would short over there and I would risk off the highs. So now it's getting into no man's land. Like over here, I really didn't think it's gonna go up so high, and I don't think anybody out there really thought it was gonna go up so high from here. Uh, we had you had a 150, 110 to 170, so that's a 60% gain there, and then a dip and another rip towards $2. So technically, in about a 5 minute span, a lot of short sellers would have just blown up their account. But and then we have a bigger, 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 bigger. So my point is like, see, in this situation, I would normally try to attempt to short these kind of moves. And I mean, I know a lot of short sellers probably blew up their account trying to short these kind of things. But so far, we have covered where to go long. You had multiple areas to go long here in the morning by using my scanner. Here you have the uptrending wedge pattern formation at around 80 cents. And here you had another breakout over here at around like a dollar, went to 120. Now you have a nice support area, so it never really broke trend, the point I'm trying to make. And here, this is where things get interesting. Things get interesting because they're really volatile. Every single pop went into a halt. So there's no really logical way to trade this unless you're really crazy. Uh, from here to here is really unpredictable. How high from $1 if it goes to, from here to here, if it goes from $1 to $10 or $1 to $15 or $1 to $100. It's really unpredictable. But the way I kind of like doing it, because obviously I like shorting these, so we covered like how to go long, why to go long, where to go long, how to manage risk on this going long, and now we're gonna cover like how to go short. What I like to do is look at the time frame and put the 15-minute chart on it. If we were gonna look at the 15-minute chart, it would give us a really good indication of where to short. You can see so here that as soon as you can see so here that everywhere you looked, it never broke the 15-minute chart, the candle before. So that's kind of like what I like to look at it when these things get way overextended and you just don't know where the top is. I like to put up the 15-minute chart and I like to look for the first red candle. And in this situation, this is where we actually had the first red candle from 440 down to 370. I mean, you can see so here that throughout 40 cents up to 440, the only time we had a red candle is here. So obviously, what does that mean? Having the first red candle there, it's an indication that that is the top or close to the top. That's a huge gap up on the 15 minute, and that's a sell off from about 440 down to 375. So this would be the ideal case scenario where you see a red candle on the 15 minutes to go short. So going short around 380, 370, 360, and covering back down into the big washes or the VWAP, because most of them come back down to the VWAP. So even though this mumbo jumbo is very crowded on the 1 minute chart, you can see so here that it's very choppy because you can see so here that here you think it's the top, but it's not. I mean, here you think it's the top, but it's not because it goes way higher. And here you think it's the top, and it finally is. So you have 2 times in which you're faked out as a short to short. But if you look at the 15-minute chart, you will see things that are much more clear where to go short and where to cover. Because you can see so here that shorting into this candle would have been ideal. Um, I mean, when you see these things parabolic, especially when they're up like, I don't know, 7 times from the open, 7 times from 60 cents up to 470. Yeah, that's about 7 times because you saw that the price that it started around 50 cents. Yeah, it's around 7 or 8 times. So when they go vertical like this, I like to put in the 15-minute chart and short into that and cover into VWAP, which would have been a pretty good short, I would have to say, if I took that trade. I didn't actually take trades on it that much. I mostly did watch. That would have been your strategy here, how to short this using the 15 minute, because that would have been, you know, putting down the noise. There's a lot of noise in here, and but you can see, so green candle, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 green candles, and then you have the 15-minute chart telling you there's a red candle, and that it ended up being the top. So no more guessing work on the 1 minute whether that's the top, that's the top. Just plug in the 15-minute chart and then stay short and try not to, hold your, try not to crap on your seat. Um, but it ended up coming back down to VWAP, which would have been your really nice ideal long area, because you can see so here. So $2. I think everybody wanted to buy it at $2, and it bounced off VWAP, and um, and then it went all the way back up. I really didn't think it's gonna go back up. You have somewhat of a downtrending wedge pattern, somewhat here. I don't know if that's what you call it, but somewhat of a downtrending wedge. We go back into VWAP, and then we bounce all the way back up to 460. I never really seen a stock up 1,000% like this, to tell you the truth. This is probably the first time that I'm looking at one. I don't think I ever traded in the market where things were up 1,000%. I traded in the market where they were like 500% or 700% or 600% or something like that. I never really seen an actual up 1,000%. But that would be the criteria of how to, and of course, using the 15-minute chart, you can also, yeah, the 15-minute buying the first 15-minute candle to make a new high doesn't really work that well. It only works on the 15-minute, like this. But here, it went right back up to 476. Anyway, so I hope this video has helped you guys to understand, understand how to trade them. I'm sure a lot of traders, uh, I'm sure there's a lot of short sellers that blew up. At one point, I really thought, I didn't think that 175 would be the top. I thought that $3 was the top for a couple of times, and it ended up squeezing even higher. I'm sure there's gonna be some services out there that tried to short the $3, because that to me looked like the top, but it really wasn't. So a really very good idea how to predict the top is using the 15-minute, and then when it comes back down, VWAP was it, just above VWAP. I never really see this type of volatility so violent. So, for the longest time, I don't think we've seen any 1,000% gainers for a long time. But congratulations if you traded this on the long side and was able to sustain this wild ride on it. Make sure you give this video a like. Hope this was helpful, and that is all I had to say. Plenty of long opportunities. Over here, here. There are lots of long opportunities. Even here, buying it as it broke this pre-market highs into this one candle squeeze there. And just one short opportunity. Other than that, if you fought this as a short seller, you probably blew up your account, because this is that one stock that might probably killed a lot of short sellers. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like, comment. How did you trade it? Did you trade it? Was this helpful? Um, you know, and I'm sure I'm gonna be up more in the morning. We haven't really seen a lot of pre-market movers, but but this stock is actually really starting this pre-market activity. I used to trade a lot of pre-market, especially in June, July, and there are a lot of movers just like this. If you check my June, July log, And then I was like, well, there weren't any pre-market movers. There were, and then they just started not gapping up and kept going. Like there was a stock that, I mean, yesterday, last week, SSMT had no pre-market movement. Like you can see, so here, like SSMT, before it went to like 450, there was no reason to trade it in the pre-market because it didn't do anything. Look at this. Look at this. It just you had, I mean, 112 to 130. That was the pre-market volatility. So we've been in a market in which there weren't really a lot of, even I mean PH even PHVS didn't give any pre-market activity. PHVS, it had no pre-market activity. I mean, it had some pre-market activity from like 380 to like 460, but it wasn't like something like this. 360 to 460, that's like nothing. That's like 10, 15%. From like 380 to 460, that's like nothing. But supposedly this MAMA is probably gonna, I mean, this pre-market price action is probably gonna spill over into other small cap stocks, and I'm sure they're gonna be much more active next week. So definitely be looking out to, join us and wake up early to see these things, because there's a tremendous potential, waking up in the morning and trading them, as you have seen so in this example. So definitely, I do believe my subscription is worth the money. There's no upcharge to anything uh like uh D the DVD course are including, the educational courses are including, the trade idea scanners are included. So for 150 bucks a month, you're just getting very low prices, considering like what my competition is giving you guys. So do not miss this next 2 weeks. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of volatility. I mean, I mean, I have not. I mean, in the last. I mean, there hasn't really been 1,000% movers uh for like the longest time, but this is actually kicking off a really nice season, and I'm sure everybody was waiting for them in November. It's just a matter of it. They came at the second week of December, which is a little delayed. I think a lot of people are just burned out. I've seen a lot of professional traders like, I mean, John is in the chat room and he's been trading with me for like, I don't know, like 3, 4 years, and he just takes off whenever it's just crappy. So suddenly he's here. So I'm like, well, if he's here, I'm sure, I mean, he's noticing the volatility increase, so it's worth trading. And here he is. Here it is, AMAM. And during the times of low volatility, you just stay silent and you try not to blow up your account and try to take 10, 20 cents. But I mean, that is just something that's going to be in the book of records here for how people probably blew up their account, or how probably somebody became a millionaire trading this. One or the other. But that's the beauty of the stock market. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you in the next video. I got no comments there, and let's see you in the next one. Peace out. I'll try to make as many videos as I can, and that's about it. You guys have a good one, and peace out.
What's up, traders? Welcome to my stream. We had a couple of questions. What do you get for subscribing to my website? Well, right now I'm doing the live streams on YouTube all the time. So as we go forward and proceed in much growth of this website, I'm going to probably do all these live streams on Discord and pretty much just do live trading only on like Wednesday or maybe Tuesday. So you're getting live streams on my Discord room that are pretty much less delay. On YouTube there's a 17-second delay, so you will be unable to the delay is going to be much shorter. You're going to be streaming on Discord the chat room. You can also you're gonna also receive a daily watch list, probably around 7:30 a.m. for all the stocks that are moving. You're gonna have a chat room where we're gonna be all the time, and part of your subscription, it also includes a video library in which each weekend I pretty much discuss all my trades for me to get better and for you to educate you. And I also have a whole video library of plus 500 videos in which I pretty much each weekend I put in all the opportunities that were presented towards the market, and I try to pretty much upload the data that I have recorded in my live stream. So it's pretty much my live streams with examples of trading strategies that you use for small caps. And also as a bonus, I have my Trade Ideas plug and play, in which you pretty much load the software into load the link into Trade Ideas, in which you can see my pre-market scanner, what I put in it, and also my midday scanner of what kind of stocks I'm scanning for midday, and my pre-market scanner, my midday scanner for stocks. So those are kind of all the things that that you're gonna get for subscribing to my website. Right now we are doing a promotion for the next 30 days. I think it's only gonna be for the rest of August, and then pretty much the prices are gonna be double. So that's it. You're getting all these things, getting live stream, chat room, Discord room, pre-market watch list, video library. You're gonna and don't forget my 6.5-hour DVD course on NASDAQ basics, trade ideas, all these things combined pretty much will give you a subscription plan for 6 months, 12 months, or lifetime, whichever you like. That's all I had to say. If you have any questions, shoot them in the email below. Other than that, see you in Monday's live stream. Take care and have a great 4th of July sale. Peace.